There are many fashion trends and fashion statements that we've all made that we look back and we could say we regret them, but to be honest, I feel like they're the spice of life. Without some of these trends, we wouldn't have the 70s, we wouldn't have the 80s, we wouldn't have the 90s, cringe. But anyway, I just love it. But this video, we're gonna talk about some fashion trends for fall 2025 that I actually don't ever think you'll regret. I think they're really good buys. If you love these trends, I feel like you're probably gonna always like them and they're always gonna look good. And then of course, I'll save a couple at the end that I think you will regret. And it's in addition to the other videos that I've posted about trends that you may or may not want to avoid. Anyway, let's get started. Leopard print is trending again, even though yes, it is sort of a classic, but the way that we were wearing leopard print a few years ago has kind of gone out of style. We were wearing it with other animal prints like leopard, with snake, with crocodile or something, and it just was like a lot of animal going on. And so now the more trending way to wear animal print, or to wear leopard print in particular, is to have one leopard item. So a leopard print shoe, and it's the classic leopard. It's not neon leopard with the crazy tons of neon colors, that kind of thing. And it's more the classic leopard pants, leopard shoes, a leopard silk scarf, a leopard coat, but not animal everywhere kind of thing. So that's kind of the trending way to wear leopard. I don't think you would ever regret any kind of leopard item, because leopard is more of a classic. Even when we got tired of it for a few years, I know I was tired of it. It got so big at one point that at some other point I said, I don't want any more leopard. I just need a break. And so I had a break, and now I'm back to liking it. And I love it in the leopard print pants. I love the leopard shoes. I think that's my two favorite ways to see and wear leopard right now. But I don't think you'll ever regret this. I just think that leopard is just one that'll go in and out of fashion constantly, and it's more classic. The only one you want to stay away from is like the hot pink mixed with neon yellow in a ombre type print, that kind of thing that we had a long time ago. That's one that will not stick around for a long time. But the classic leopard, or the neutral leopard I should say, is definitely one that I don't think you'll ever regret. The silk belt. Yes, you heard that correctly, the silk belt. Tying a silk scarf around your waist as a non-functional belt right now is a trend. Do I think this trend will stand the test of time? Absolutely not. However, when we're all tying them around our waist, I haven't done it yet, but I feel like I will because I do like the look, we'll just go back to tying it the normal way, like in our hair or around the neck or on your purse. A silk scarf is one of those things which you guys could probably tell me in the comments too. You've had some for years and years, and sometimes you like them, sometimes you're over them, but it's one of those things that can be so versatile. You can just use it in so many different ways that if you decide to get really into this silk belt trend right now, and then you're over it in 6 months, I mean, you can find a million other ways to use that silk scarf. So I think this is a really fun trend to play around with because it's a non-committal trend. Suede outerwear and suede boots. Yes, suede has gone crazy. It's a humongous trend. And yes, there are some suede pieces I think that will probably go out of style at some point. Like there was the suede dresses for a little while, and those kind of just didn't stick around very long. Suede outerwear, suede boots, even when they're not trending, they never look out of style. And I feel like if you get a really nice quality one, it just always looks good. I think suede is one of those fabrics like leather. It's just always gonna look beautiful, and it always has a specific look, so you can't really replicate it with any other fabric. I have very much been enjoying the suede outerwear this year and the suede boots. I'm really big fan of this trend. You're never really going to regret any trend that has more sophisticated roots. We've seen the last few years, like the classic white button down was a trend for a few years. And if you went hard into that and you bought the best, nicest white button down, it's not on trend right now, but do you regret it? No, of course not. It's a white button down. It's a very classic look. So anything that has roots in very elegant fashion or very classic fashion, I don't think you'll ever regret. Even when it's not trending, it's never gonna look terrible. And usually these items are not so out there to where you get tired of them. Like this is one, the tweed jacket. This has been a big trend for a long time. And even at some point where we're not even talking about tweed jackets and nobody's wearing them, it's never gonna look out of style because it's a very classic, more elegant, sophisticated look. All of these classic, elegant, sophisticated pieces can be styled in a way to look current. At this point, I would like to say thank you to our sponsor for this video, which is Revivo. I know that you've seen their tweed jackets. I have been a huge fan of their tweed jackets for years. They are super high quality, just beautiful pieces. They come in these beautiful colors, beautiful colorways, and just some are cropped, some are not cropped, and they just do a really good job of these tweed jackets without making them very expensive. They're very affordable. So I'm gonna show you a few new pieces that I have from Urban Revivo from their fall collection, including some more of these kinds of jackets. Urban Revivo has some gorgeous outerwear right now on their website and at really good prices. This is one of their faux suede bomber jackets. It is so cute and comfy and under $100. These leopard jeans are also from Urban Revivo. They have a wider leg, high waist, and work great with a flat or low heel shoes. And yes, I am wearing sandals. And those who live in Florida, if you know, you know. I love the layered look, and this shirt is actually a faux layer. So this is a navy knit top with just the blue collar buttoned in at the top, and it's made to look like you're wearing both shirts, but without all the crinkles you normally see, at least when I do it. It's super comfy, and you can also take out the collar and just wear the navy V-neck. I mentioned in one of my videos that this cinched waist denim top is a big trend right now, and this one from Urban Revivo is a beautiful dark denim. You can wear it with dark denim jeans to do the denim on denim look or do a light wash for contrast. Now, if you remember the viral cardigans Urban Revivo had from last year, now they have a sleeveless option, which I'm showing in black with a tank underneath, and then the burgundy is without. You can do it either way. This style has been so popular for them that they also came out with a more conservative version that has a higher neck, a looser fit, and is just a really easy to wear cute top with jeans. It also doesn't go quite as low if that's concerning to you. This might actually be one of my new favorite tops because it's just so easy to throw on with a pair of jeans and look put together and cute. Add some accessories, you're good to go. One of their newest tops is truly unique. It features a built-in cape. I'm showing it here with a black tank top underneath, but this would also be a great over a dress when you want some extra coverage. This next top is super comfy, soft, and cozy, and is meant to be left out. It's an easy top to pair with jeans or a fun pant like I did here. This zipper front top is very similar to the high-end designer one. Obviously, this one is way less expensive, but it's a very cute top to wear with jeans. It's supposed to be left out. It has these balloon sleeves, but it's cinched in at the waist, so it gives a really nice shape. Some of my favorite pieces I have from Urban Revivo are their tweed jackets. Not only are they making this designer-inspired look very affordable, but these are actually really well made and their attention to detail is on point. I love putting these jackets over a pair of jeans and a tank top to make it immediately look more polished and put together. When I was editing this video, I just noticed that Urban Revivo has some new outerwear right now. They have some really good stuff right now. I was just looking at their outerwear and their funnel neck jackets and their new tweed jackets. They do make limited quantities of things, but I love that they keep on coming out with just really cool, unique, and interesting designs very regularly. I will leave links to all the items I'm wearing in the description box below from Urban Revivo, and let's continue. There are a lot of lace trimmed items that are very on trend right now, and some of them I mentioned in this video I'm just not really into, and I just feel like it's not gonna work out well for me and probably a lot of people. But in this category of lace trimmed trends, I don't think you'll ever regret the lace trimmed cami. Did it go out of style at one point and look kind of dated? Yes, it did, but it's back. And this is one of those that I think will just go in and out of fashion forever. Like forever and a day. It'll sometimes be in, sometimes be out, but it's like one of those things that's a little bit more classic than a lot of these other items, like the lace trim shorts. I don't know, they'll be hot one minute and probably not the next, but the lace trim cami, I just think this can be a really great staple piece for somebody's wardrobe. They look beautiful under blazers. They're being worn just by themselves with a pair of jeans, which is I think kind of how we did it in like the early 2000s, but I love them as like an under something, like under a blazer or even a date night top. Just really depends on what it looks like and what you feel comfortable with. But I do feel like this is one that is just very versatile, and I don't think that you'll regret, of course, if you like this trend. And of course, a trend that you will never regret is any trend that you were just in love with, that you see it and you love it, you feel amazing in it, even if it is a trendy trend. I think fashion is a creative expression, and if you love something and you love a trend and it's a trend, it's okay. A couple trends, you might regret. And by regret, I mean look back and think, what was I thinking? But in a good way. With fashion, the more I can look back and think, what was I thinking, the more fun it is. have plenty of those too. One of them is the bubble hem skirt, bubble hem dress. I guess they're mostly in skirts. I'm not saying this is bad, and actually there's some bubble hems I think are super, super cute. And I've even seen them in real life. I've seen people walking around. When I was in Paris last summer, I saw women wearing long kind of bubble midi skirts. I thought that was really pretty, but it is one that once it's gone, it'll be gone. I don't think that we'll be talking about it anymore, and it'll kind of look dated really fast. So if you love it, go for it. I just wouldn't buy a whole bunch of them. I would buy like one, maybe two. No. Have you noticed that fold over boots, I think they may be called something else, but basically fold over boots are a big trend right now. And I love this look. I used to have some fold over boots a long time ago and I wore them like crazy. I really loved them. But what I can say about fold over boots is A, they are a trendy trend. B, they're a very specific boot. And I do feel like they're harder to style. They're one of those things where if you love these, maybe get one of them, but you definitely don't need to have all your boots be fold over boots. I had a pair that was knee high that was fold over. Loved those, wore them a lot. I also had a pair that were ankle fold over boots. This was back the last time they were on trend. I never wore them. I had the hardest time styling them because they did not look good with skinny jeans. I looked like Peter Pan. They didn't look good with a dress because they just looked like I had like sandbags on my feet. It was the weirdest shoe. So anyway, I just think fold over boots you have to be really careful with, and they can be styled to look beautiful. I do think they look really beautiful in a lot of ways. I'm showing you pictures up here where I think they just look gorgeous. I just think that you really have to be careful with those and not go too heavy, too hard into fold over boots. Now, I've kind of learned my lesson in this next one, but I think that if you buy a trend in some kind of luxury designer version of it, that might end up being one that you regret later. I mentioned in this video how I bought a Bottega bag in a very trending color, and I still love the bag. I don't want anyone to get me wrong, I still love my bag. You'll have to go watch in that video. Yeah, I can tell you why, but I shouldn't have bought the luxury version of that. And so if something's a big trend, like for instance, the East-West bag, those are a really big, huge trending bag right now, but should we all go out and buy the Prada East-West bag? I think it's like $3,000 or something. I think that's one that in a couple years, you'll kind of be over it. I would buy a less expensive version of it. I'm not trying to tell people what to do with their money, but I just think that that's one that it is a very trendy bag. And so whenever it's not on trend, it just kind of starts being all keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. I don't know. I just feel like that might be an area where you could get into some trouble. What do I know? Do what you will. It's your money. It's your life. You do what you will with it. But I just think that I've learned my lesson. If it's something that's trending, I'm probably not going to buy the luxury designer version. Probably not going to buy the luxury designer version of a lot of things. But if I am, it needs to be the more classic, neutral version that I'm going to use and wear for forever, basically. And then another trend you might regret this fall is if you wear too many of these trends all together. You may love the lace cami, you may love the ballet flats, you may love a print that is really big and love a cropped leather jacket or all these trends, but when you wear them all together, sometimes it can just be a lot. And maybe it photographs well and it looks really fun in a big city, but in real life, wearing too many trends together, unless that goes with your whole personality and everything, it can just be a lot. And I feel like it'd be uncomfortable too. So again, regret, I don't like the word regret, but as far as, I would say more so, not feeling comfortable in your outfit if you're wearing so many of these trends all together. Just like the eye doesn't have anything to focus on. There's too many things going on. And if it's not part of your personality and part of your personal style, it might just be kind of a big old mess, which is a trend also. Kind of a big old mess is a trend. I'll find the video, I'll put it up here. I had a video where I talk about that. I think it's one of my trends to avoid videos. So looking like a big old mess is kind of a trend in the younger crowd, I will say. Some of these trends will look great on some people and not on others, me being in the other category here. But alas, what do I know? I think everyone should wear what they feel wonderful and beautiful in. But if you're like me, you got a lot going on, and sometimes you just kind of want some guidance here and there, and that's where I'm here. And then of course, you are probably going to regret any trend that just doesn't feel like you. If you're feeling like you need to update your style and look more current, and so you just go and buy a trend because that's what you saw was trending and you start wearing it even though it doesn't really feel right, and you keep wearing it even though it doesn't really feel right, because I'm not against experimenting, but if you just wear it just because, you might look back later and just think, what was I thinking? So I do think you have to spend some time on figuring out what you like and what kind of things that you like with fashion, just like anything else. But I think going with a trend just because it's trending is something that, you know, looking back, you're always gonna look back in hindsight and think, well, why did I do that? So those were some trends that I don't think you'll ever regret, and then a few ways that, you know, might look back and think, maybe that was not the best choice. Again though, it's the spice of life when we can look back and think, what was I wearing? I just think these are fun. They're fun. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Make sure to check out Urban Revivo below if that's something that interests you, and I will see you next time.